All right, welcome back to another edition of the Call Up Podcast. This is a cup of coffee with myself, Kenny. Today, I have a special guest. I have Raina Cruz. She is the winner of the SummerSlam announcer from the TikTok competition that they had here. For a lot of the guests who don't know, we saw her at the kickoff show, and we have some people here already. Some of her fans already waiting to talk to her and ask questions. So we're gonna find out what her experience is and how did it go on Saturday, and see what else she's going to get into moving forward after SummerSlam is over. So I know she's in the building right now, so we're going to get her in here just to talk a little bit more. Miss Cruz, what's going on? How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. First of all, congratulations on winning the competition and announcing the Big E match on Saturday.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
So how was that experience? Like, how take me through the process as far as like I know that the contest came and they asked you to do a whole bunch of videos and post it. Was there anything else that you had to do like moving forward besides posting your videos?
No, that was basically it. It was just basically submitting your TikTok videos, like doing those duets. I think part of the requirement is you have to do the duet with WWE. Um, I know I've done other videos, other ring announcing videos, but the main thing that they were looking for is you have to do the duet with WWE ring entrances. The ones with John Cena, Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, The Undertaker, and Edge. So for me, I did those videos. I actually did two batches of them. I did one from home, and I asked my promoter from my wrestling dojo if I could shoot some at his wrestling dojo, and so I was able to do that as well. Because in my head, well, that would be nice if I had like a wrestling ring background. And at the same time, I knew there's like so many video submissions that to me, in my head, well, what are the chances of them seeing my video? And in my head, well, the video submission is free. So why not keep making videos, as many as I can, and maybe one of them will get noticed. So the other thing I did was I uploaded other ring announcing videos. I had like John Cena versus Roman Reigns because I knew that would be a match at SummerSlam, or Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, which, spoiler alert, that didn't really happen in SummerSlam. But leading up to SummerSlam, I recorded that ring announcing as well. To me, I took it as okay. They had the rule of okay, you need to record videos of your duet with WWE superstars making their ring entrances. You and then I did that, and then plus I did some extra stuff because in my head, they have to see at least one, and it's free to join, so why not?
And I was messed up there. Did they tell you which one that they actually picked of your videos?
They didn't. I
Oh
don't know
wow.
which one. All I know is that I remember telling them, "Oh my God, I wasn't sure if you guys would see my video because for
Hmm.
me, when I would look for the hashtag WWE announcer contest,
Hmm.
I'd have to keep scrolling to see my video."
Right.
So I was like, "Oh my God, they're probably not going to see my video. What are the chances that they would see my video?" And my video wasn't even like the top liked video
Hmm.
during that contest. So in my head, well, again, like to me, it's like, well, I probably would be, they probably won't notice me. Uh,
Hmm.
but they said, no, we went through all the submissions and we have
Wow.
you.
Yeah, I can only imagine like how many like submission videos that they had to go through because every time I would go on TikTok, I will always see at least one or two videos. Like I actually did see a couple of your videos, and I seen like the professor, and like two other people that I follow on TikTok that I just kept constantly seeing this, and I was just like, man, what is this? And then when I finally saw that it was like a contest, I actually thought it was maybe like something that WWE was doing with TikTok as far as like, getting like a trend out there, and then kind of find out there was an actual contest. And I was like, oh, okay. Not something that I wanted to do because I'll probably make a horrible video, but not, I did practice a little bit, but I was just like, nah, I'm not submitting this. There's no way in the world. So you find out that you win. So then, what did they have you do?
So basically, well, first when I found out that I won, I literally just like started crying. I like got down to the floor. I started crying, and my husband saw me, and he's like, "What is going on? Like, are you okay? What happened?" And I could not talk. I just showed him my phone, like when I got the message that I won, and well, because I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, from that point, they had to fly us to Vegas the night before SummerSlam, and then the day of SummerSlam, we had to be there kind of like early, just to basically like meet everyone. And if you guys have seen on TikTok, WWE had posted it. There were some behind the scenes stuff. I was able to prep, like rehearse, because I didn't know what match I would be announcing until the day.
Right. Oh, okay.
So, which actually worked out for me because I think had I known what match I'd be announcing,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would get into my head and I would
Mm-hmm.
over rehearse. And I just like living in the moment we're
Mm-hmm.
in. I'm used to that kind of type of environment anyway. We're in. It's just like go with the flow. You know what you need to do, and whatever information they give you, then just kind of go with it. And I actually thought there were two winners.
Right.
When I got there, I was just kind of like wondering. They brought me and my husband backstage, and I was like, "So where's the other person? Like, what is the other person? Like, what match is he or she announcing?" And they said,
Right.
"Just you." And I was like, "Hold up, like, second."
That's when you started to really take it all in even more.
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought there'd be like two winners, so
Right.
I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I didn't feel nervous. I
Mm-hmm.
felt, to me, I felt more blessed because out of all of I thought I saw other videos as well,
Mm-hmm.
and there were other people who did a great job in terms of announcing John Cena, Bianca Belair, etc. So to me, it's the fact that they picked me, out of the thousands of submissions. I felt overwhelmed basically.
So now I got to go to WrestleMania. I was sitting in the front row for this one, and it was my first WrestleMania about 2 years ago when I went. And just looking at the way the arena was in my hometown and looking at the screen and looking at the ring, I was amazed. So I can only imagine you um, going outside of the barrier, going into the ring, and just seeing a sea of people waiting for you to announce this match. How nerve-wracking was that?
What's weird is that I wasn't nervous.
Wow.
And
I would
honest
be.
to God, I wasn't. I don't know why I wasn't nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I was just mostly excited. To be honest with you, this is my dream.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to be in a WWE ring. I knew I'm not athletic, so I was like, oh, I don't think I can be a wrestler, but how do I fit in? How do I fit in? And, being a ring announcer is something that I didn't think I could do. And I found out by accident that I could do it. And so the fact that I was able to do it, I got this opportunity. I remember in my head, I could see it in my head. I would walk down our hallway practicing my walk to the ring. I just believed, how like when you visualize your dream,
Mm-hmm.
it's there. And then when it's finally happening, you're just pumped and excited that the moment is there. And that's what happened to me. I remember when we first rehearsed, uh, it was just, the stadium was empty,
Mm-hmm.
but there were people surrounding the ring. And I was like, okay, well, cool. I was like, am I nervous? I wasn't nervous. I was mostly like, just like, could not believe that I was in a WWE ring. It was mostly that. And then here comes, all right, you got to do your part. And I did my thing. And to me, I was just excited because to me, I saw it as an opportunity. I
Right.
didn't see it as something that was scary. To me, it's like, oh my God, you're telling me I get to do something that I love inside this ring that I've always dreamed of being in. And that was just mind blowing to me. And then when we walked out for the kickoff show, That's when I saw everyone. I could see the crowd, and I was like, "All right, cool. This is cool. This is amazing." And I had friends
Hmm.
who went to the event.
Right.
And the thing is, my family didn't know I won. My friends didn't know that I won. It's only my husband who knew because he was with me.
Right.
Because I respected WWE's decision of
Hmm.
we'll be announcing the winner. So to me, it's
Right.
like, you know what? Yep, just I'll let you guys announce. And at the same time, for me, to be honest with you,
Hmm.
I was just kind of like focused, and I didn't want to deal with this is how you watch it. Oh, log into like Peacock. So I was mostly just like, you know what? It's actually nice that they're going to announce.
Right.
I mean, I just wanted to focus. But yeah, I remember getting to ringside,
Hmm.
getting ready for the kickoff, and like last minute preps of kind of like rehearsing. All right, what do you need to do? Where do you need to stand? La 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 la. And Mike Rome and the ref of that match, Jason,
Hmm.
they talked to me and they told me, Rain, look around, look at the people, take it all in.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah. And at first I was like, do I really do that? Because like at that point, then I'm actually acknowledging that there are 51,000 people in this arena right now. So I was like, oh my God, okay, I'll do that. And I did it. And I was like, all right, cool, cool. And then when we got in the ring, when Mike Rome introduced me, I remember asking him beforehand, hey, is it okay if I wave? And he's like, Rain, it's your moment. Just,
Just do
do
what you
what you
can
want.
as long as it's
Smile.
respectful.
Yeah, it's like smile, just do whatever you want. You won this. This is your moment. So that's why I'm glad they let me do that because to be honest with you, I know I kept saying this, but to me it's just unreal. It's unbelievable. I remember looking around and it's just like waving at everyone and I could hear people, but at the same time,
Hmm.
it's like to me, it's just like I don't know. It was an electrifying moment. I mean, it's to borrow the words from The Rock. Um, it's just so surreal that to me, it's like you're telling me right now, I get to live my dream. And I was just not nervous. I was just mostly just excited. What's funny is that I finally got to watch the video from the
Hmm.
kickoff show on YouTube, actually, and I was actually more nervous watching that than being at
Oh
the arena
wow.
at the stadium. Because
And
to
what?
me, I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh my god, this is already recorded. How did I really do?
Oh,
If there's
because
anything wrong here, I can't correct it anymore."
that, yeah, no, that's true because it's already done. But the crowd, really enjoyed um, the match and your work, so it paid off for you. So, I mean, I know you've done some ring announcing in like independence. So, are you going to continue to do that? What's the game plan?
Yeah, honestly, I just started working in the indies this year, actually in February.
Hmm.
And my original, I had no clue that I could ring announce.
Hmm.
At my second event, I showed up. It was a 4-hour drive from where we lived, and I was supposed to interview one of the wrestlers that
Right.
night, and that segment got canceled. So I
Oh.
told my promoter, I was like, "Hey, is there anything else I can do?" And then he said, "Well, we don't have a ring announcer." So I was like, "All right, cool. Can I do it? And if you don't like it,
Just
tell me you
take
don't
it
do
out.
it." So I did it, and he's like, "You know what? Why don't you keep doing this the whole night?" I was like, in my head, "Oh my god, he's so kind. Like he just doesn't want to tell me, and like, I'm horrible, whatever." But like his next event, every time he had an event, he would book me,
Hmm.
and so um, yeah, I've done I've had like 10 events so far. I guess I'm just
Hmm.
not the 11th, but yeah, I'm a rookie in the indies basically.
Okay.
And so to me, I mean, I love working in the indies. Like I love because I see it as an experience as well, like being
Hmm.
able to like really practice this skill, being surrounded by people. And I feel like the more I work in the indies, the more, the more I appreciate my love for wrestling. And at the same time, I meet a lot of amazing people in the indies. And I see the comments right there. I want to say hi to Hellman Rosecrown and Veery. Like, they are people whom I've met because of my love for wrestling. And you know, that's why I love going to indie events, because you know, I see them. We all have the same drive. We all have the same dream, and to me, that's so refreshing to go to an event filled with so many dreams. Everyone
Right.
trying to get their spot just so they can show what they love to do, and at the same time, in a sense, if you think about it, you're practicing your craft.
Hmm.
To me, as much as I can technically just practice here in
Right.
my room ring announcing, nothing beats doing it in front of a crowd. You know, that
That's
energy, that vibe, being inside that ring, nothing beats that. So to me, you know, I my goal is to keep working in the indies, and hopefully, you know, somehow, some way, you know, I make it back to like the big league, and you
hmm.
know, I could get to ring announce again at a bigger stage.
Well, we'll definitely get to see you, go once again in a bigger stage and announce a little bit more. So you finish with your wrestling duties. Now you go back into the crowd and you are watching the whole entire pay-per-view. How was your experience with that and the crowd? How did you enjoy the pay-per-view?
You know, I did not expect my seat to be like literally ringside.
Hmm.
They put ringside, ringside. Like that's so I remember they gave us our tickets, and my husband was like, "So where are we sitting?" And I was like, "I don't know. We need to find our seats." Um, and then come to find out, our seats were right behind the announcers, which was
Nice.
really cool because I cannot thank Mike Rome and Greg Hamilton enough for all the lessons that they taught me this past Saturday. Because
Hmm.
throughout the show, they would look at me and you know, tell me, "Oh yeah, like you know, maybe this," like give me like little advice here and there.
Right.
They didn't have to, you know, like
Hmm.
they are working, and they are working a very important event, but they know I was behind them, and to them, they know I wanted to learn, and that was really nice of them to share their knowledge with me. So yeah, being able to sit ringside like that close to the ring and the action, it's really cool. You get to see everyone's facial expressions. You get to hear what they're saying. Like Roman Reigns just like talking smack to the crowd. John Cena's
Hmm.
energy, you know, just hyping up everyone. It was such a great time, and one of the coolest things was when Beth Phoenix sat right next to me
Hmm.
to watch Edge versus Seth Rollins. Um, I love Beth Phoenix, and you know, the fact that I get to watch the match, you know,
Hmm.
with her, and it was really nice. And she's actually really sweet to me too. So it was mostly, you know, the I think what I would remember the most, aside from the matches, would be like the experience throughout the show.
Hmm.
So I know Becky Lynch came back. That was like a shocker.
I was gonna ask you, how was the pop for Becky Lynch when she came out?
Oh my God, we flipped out. We flipped out. We did not expect that at all. Cause I remember the crowd was just like disappointed when Sasha Banks
Hmm.
came out, you know, because they were building that up. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, WrestleMania
Hmm.
rematch. And then it didn't happen. No Sasha Banks at all. And when Becky came out, it was just like madhouse. Like, oh my God, like she's back. And same thing with Brock Lesnar. The pop was just like it
Was
was
it
crazy.
so? Put it this way: if you can compare the two pops, who was louder? Was it Becky or was it Brock?
Ooh, that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard. I'm not sure. I want to say Brock, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because, and I don't know if it's because the match just ended and there was that disappointment of Roman Reigns beat John Cena, and then
Hmm.
who's the next guy who will face Roman Reigns, and then here
Right.
comes Brock Lesnar. Um, So I want to say it's when Brock Lesnar came out, but I could be wrong. But yeah, from what I can remember, I mean, both. I mean, to be honest, I want to say it's 50-50. But I think the fact that there was the fact that Paul Heyman was also involved in this whole thing, it was like a whole shocker. Like, what do you do now, Paul Heyman? And everyone's just like, oh my God, Brock is here. Paul Heyman is in the middle. Now he's after Roman Reigns. So.
That was the custody battle. We got some more comments here from the people. We got the Dirty Heel saying congratulations.
Hey guys.
And sending you fire emojis, letting you know that they're very proud of you and the work that you're doing right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I was watching it at home. I really didn't get to go to SummerSlam, so it's good that I get to talk to you about this stuff because it's more like because you were there. After Bianca Belair lost, like, what was the mood in that building?
I think everyone is just mostly happy that Becky's back. It was more of like a shocker because I felt like it kind of happened fast.
Right.
And I think that was the part that was kind of a shocker. I mean, I know Becky Lynch coming back was already a shocker. But her defeating Bianca Belair, like that was kind of like, wait, what? Isn't she supposed to be like the strongest, fastest,
right.
with WWE? So I think the crowd was expecting for at least something more between Becky and Bianca Belair. And it kind of just did not happen right away. So I think if there was some sort of disappointment, I think it was that wherein they were hoping that, okay, let them fight, basically, but instead, like, the match kind of ended like too soon. But I do think that the crowd liked it that Becky became champion.
Right.
We were all like celebrating her. But yeah, I think the disappointment is mostly around we didn't get to see them like longer, like at least kind of like against each other.
So we had the Summer of Cena. It looks like that came to a close at SummerSlam after he lost to Roman Reigns. Have some more people in the comments saying, "Oh, it's awesome that you're here," giving you more praises. More fans coming in right now, showing you love. So the Summer Cena is done. He did not defeat the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. What did you think of Summer of Cena? Were you a fan? Did you enjoy when he came out at Money in the Bank? Or were you just like, okay, he needs to just hurry up and go?
So I love John Cena. He's like one of my favorite wrestlers. I think, you love him or you hate him, the guy can hype up a crowd. He knows how to work a crowd. And I think that's exactly why this was the Summer of Cena. I mean, this is the first time that, we tried to have WrestleMania at a football stadium. It didn't happen this year. Was it this year or last year, right? Last year was at the Raymond James Stadium. And like this to me is like being able to have another big WWE event at a football stadium. You bring John Cena. I mean, he is the perfect guy to hype up everyone. So to me personally, as much as I want John Cena to kind of, keep doing his thing in a WWE, I mean, I feel like, Hollywood has him right now. And leading up to SummerSlam, I kind of have a feeling that he's not going to win anyway. But watching the match between him and Roman Reigns, I wasn't disappointed. But I kind of had a feeling that he wasn't going to win. But I did like how they kind of carried the I guess the conflict between the two of them leading up to SummerSlam. I feel like they promoted or they sold the match really well. And the payoff was really good at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, there were some parts in me, like sometimes like looking at their promos and just looking at the build of this, that I was just like, man, can Cena become a 17-time champion? I was arguing with people for weeks leading into SummerSlam saying that, you know what, John Cena could be that guy to dethrone Roman Reigns, and we're going to keep Cena for a little while longer. But people had to sit there and remind me, like, he is a Hollywood guy now. He has a
Mhm.
ton of obligations to deal with. So it was like, okay, well, if we can get him for the summer, that's great. Let's see what happens next with him. I know he has a couple of movies coming out. He has Vacation Friends premiering either this week or next week on Hulu. So, we're always going to have John Cena on our TVs. Um, so, SummerSlam done. We had NXT on Sunday. I know you said you didn't get to catch a lot of it. But one of the big things I just wanted to ask, I started asking like a lot of wrestling fans is, you had Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly winning. So like now everybody's kind of wondering what is the future for Adam Cole. So what do you think is going to happen with Adam Cole now that he is not in NXT? Does he go up to the main roster? Does he resign, or does he join his girlfriend and his pretty much all his friends and in AEW?
So the way I look at this situation is basically if he moves to the main roster,
Mm-hmm.
is he going to get buried by the bigger superstars in the main roster? Right? Maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen how other main NXT superstars move to the main roster. Some are successful,
And
some
some are
became
not.
like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with Adam Cole, I feel like he is in a position we're in. If he were to move to AEW, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
his girlfriend right now, right? They're not
Yep.
like
Yep. No, they're not married yet. No.
yeah, yeah. So with his girlfriend Britt Baker being there, I don't know, man. I feel like that is like a good deal for him. I mean, you're talking about AEW, which is, I mean, they're producing great shows as well. They have
Oh
like
yeah.
big shows now. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, from my standpoint, if he can be a top dog at AEW, and then you're telling me, oh, I get to be with my girlfriend too. I don't have to like, do a different show with her or travel separately with her.
Right.
I feel like that's like a better deal for him versus trying to see if, okay, will I be the top dog if I join Raw or SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we can kind of see like the answer there, right?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I would hate to lose Adam Cole in WWE, but to see him on Wednesdays or Friday nights will still be great. I mean, AEW is producing some great content. They're on the road all the time now, so they're going to be here in New York in a couple of weeks.
Are you gonna
So
go?
yeah, I actually am going to go. So I'm very excited for that when it's my first AEW show. There, well, it would have been because I'm going to go to All Out next weekend. So that will be like my actual first AEW event. But here in New York City, that one will be the one that we're having in Queens, which is great. But like you said, I mean, it's like it's the writing on the wall. It's everything that you could possibly think of, and think for. Is just like, yes, my girlfriend is there, my friends are there. I could probably have a better opportunity there. So, for them to lose Adam Cole, if he does go, will be a really big hurt for WWE.
Mm-hmm. But if you think about it too, he can always try because I feel like as long as he doesn't, in my opinion, I feel like if he moves to Raw,
Mm-hmm.
that might work out for him.
Right.
SmackDown, not yet, because I feel like SmackDown is actually going well right now with like Roman Reigns and now with Brock Lesnar coming back. He's not going to get a shot at the title.
Right.
I feel like for him, if he's going to go to Monday Night Raw, I don't know what's going to happen between this whole Bobby Lashley Goldberg storyline, but I feel like at some point Bobby Lashley needs a strong opponent, challenger, contender to his WWE Championship. So if he decides to stay, I see him as that kind of guy who's like, hold up, I'm here. I'm challenging you for the WWE Championship. Let's go.
Yeah. So we had another return over the weekend. He actually started it off for everyone, and that was CM Punk coming back to wrestling after 7 years. What was your whole take on that on Friday leading into SummerSlam?
Same thing as my SummerSlam experience. Unbelievable. I feel like he just broke the internet when he came back.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
What are your expectations for him, like, now moving forward? Like, we going to see him in a match at All Out. He's going to fight Darby Allin. He was on Dynamite tonight. still promoting the same thing. We're probably going to see him again on Friday on Rampage. That's if they decide to use him. Right now, he's red hot, so I don't see why AEW wouldn't use him. But what do you want to see from CM Punk here in AEW?
So for me personally, I love hearing the guy like talk all day, like talk crap or do his promo. I feel like if you want to learn how to do a wrestling promo, you watch CM Punk.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a great wrestler, but to me personally, I love to hear this guy talk. In terms of his stint at AEW, or I should say, I guess in terms of him wrestling in AEW, I feel like I'm hoping that he would be a champion at this point. I feel like that will be a nice cherry on top, for him. He made his big return, crushes everyone, and then becomes a champion. Because he is CM Punk. I feel like he truly deserves that. The fact that fans still love him. I mean, that kind of impact that he did after how many years?
7.
I mean, yeah. To me, it's like this man deserves a title run. So that's what I'm hoping over him. And I'd like to hear him like talk more because I'm running down notes, when he's making his promos.
Oh man. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna continue the rest of the show. I know you have some other obligations that you have to take care of tonight. I just want to thank you for stopping by here and chatting with some of your fans, chatting with some of the listeners here that are coming in to say hi and ask questions. Everybody was saying hi and saying congratulations, which was great. So what is next for you? When are we going to see you again on TV, whether it's on a broadcast or on the internet?
On TV, I don't know yet. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. But I know I have a couple of shows coming up in September. So one would be, I believe, September 4th at Orange County Championship Wrestling in Stanton, California. So if you guys want to check that out, if you live in Southern California area, Los Angeles area, please send me a direct message on Instagram. Like, let me know if you guys want to go. I have one on September 12th as well. Same thing, Orange County Championship Wrestling. And September 24th, I have a show with a Venue Wrestling Entertainment. Same location, Orange County Championship Wrestling. So if you guys want to find me and also be entertained with our local wrestling shows here in Southern California, please find me on Instagram at Ringside Rain so I can give you more information.
Rain, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been a great chat. Thank you for coming into episode 2 here on the live edition of the Call Up podcast. I am very grateful for you to come out here and talk with us. All right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm going to let you go now so you can go and do what you need to do.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye. All right. So that was good to hear from Rain. Hearing her experience over for the not WrestleMania, excuse me, it's getting late here, for the SummerSlam weekend that she had. That just goes to show you that, if you work hard or you have that opportunity, that you could just sit there and actually just, come up and get something. Guys, thank you so much for sitting here and listening to us and just letting me talk. Going to continue doing these lives every Wednesday, bring in a different guest, whether it's somebody in the entertainment business or regular fans, just like you. Other podcasters can come in as well and have a conversation. We can talk about the weekend wrestling. It's normally just like 30 minutes, a great cup of coffee, like you're hanging out with your friends at work. So guys, thank you so much. This is another edition of the Call Up Podcast with a cup of coffee. My name is Kenny. You can see it down there. If you want to follow me on socials, by all means do so. I'm always on Instagram. You can always send me a message and we can chat every single day. Guys, until next time. Peace.